A 3-year-old Haitian girl brought to the United States for medical care just after January's earthquake is still being held in federal custody 10 months later.
Despite efforts by 2 potential adoptive families to bring her home, they say the government is stalling. News Channel 5's Marcy Gonzalez has a very close connection to the story, and she shares this update on a child some feel is stuck in the system.
Are you happy to go to America?
It was supposed to be a life-changing trip away from the earthquake-battered orphanage she called home and towards a recovery from her clubbed feet. But little Mishna Prezilis never made it to her follow-up doctor's appointment in Florida. As this plane landed at Palm Beach International Airport days after the quake, Mishna was taken into federal custody.
Mishna is a terrible situation.
The team of missionaries and journalists she traveled with from Port-au-Prince, including myself, learned as we landed that the orphanage made a mistake. Mishna's passport was not valid. Homeland Security officers took her to this children's home in Miami to figure out where she should go next. But 10 months later, she is still here.
And she is not alone. According to the Department of Homeland Security, since the earthquake, about 600 children have been placed in their care. Most have since gone to live with prospective adoptive parents, but 27 others, including Mishna, remain in the system. Some are in foster homes and others are being held in shelters like this.
Health and Human Services spokesperson Kenneth Wolf would not agree to an interview, but explained in a statement that several departments are having ongoing discussions to determine the next steps in the process for unaccompanied Haitian children who are in Office of Refugee Resettlement Care. But the orphanage director who sent Mishna to the U.S. claims something is terribly wrong.
They're holding her prisoner, literally holding her prisoner in a children's home.
Barbara Walker explains that 2 families are willing to adopt Mishna and have been through all the required evaluations with federal authorities. Still, they've gotten no response.
They're not doing anything. They're just sort of sitting on this thing.
Immigration attorney Jeffrey DeVore says one problem could be verifying that she is in fact an orphan.
There's a big concern about child trafficking, whether it's from Haiti, any other country.
While Mishna's parents are still alive, they abandoned her in this orphanage, telling us they refused to take her back because they simply couldn't afford to. Mishna's father works at this lottery store, bringing home only about $9 a week. And with that, he couldn't pay for Mishna's medical treatment or offer her more of a home than this tiny tent shared by 11 people. Jean-Laurent Prezilis and his wife Jolan admit giving Mishna up was a hard decision. Knowing she's trapped in the system is just as tough.
Okay, he said he want to send Mishna a message. He love her and make sure, please, she can be with somebody can take care of her and make sure, please, Mishna have a better life.
And while this may be better than the life she left behind, the families hoping to adopt her say what's offered here is far from the loving home Mishna deserves. Marcy Gonzalez, WPTV News Channel 5.